Hello, my Pisces friends. This is your reading for mid-July 2026. Right, recent past, we have the Page of Pentacles. This could be a person, a younger person, male or female. It's someone that's a little preoccupied with status and or maybe their looks. And if it's representing you, it could be, I see this card as like the body dysmorphia card. Have you been suffering from body dysmorphia, Pisces? Have you been feeling like unless you present yourself in a certain way that you're not worthy of other people's time or attention? Or did you encounter someone like that? So we got the Judgment card as your current situation, and this card is the call to action card. This is the card that is that feeling that we get in ourselves that we just really want to do something great in the world. We want to make a positive change, and we want to lift other people up. And crossing you, we have the Six of Pentacles. So, okay. This card is about giving and receiving. And with him having the scale, it's giving and receiving only what we're ready to receive in the moment, which requires wisdom to discern and compassion to know, am I trying to push someone beyond their limits that they're not ready for? So, okay. In this moment, you're feeling like you want to make some positive change in the world, but you're feeling like you're not ready for it because you're missing something. You feel like you're missing the status. Maybe your appearance isn't where you want it to be yet, or you just are missing the tools that you need, and you feel like people aren't going to take you seriously if you don't have. The people aren't going to perceive you as someone that they even want to take advice from, or that they even want to. It's almost a feeling as like you are feeling like you don't feel like you can give advice unless you're fully perfect. And that's not true, because no one is ever perfect. We are human, and human beings are just inherently flawed, and that's okay, because we came here to learn. And if we were perfect, we wouldn't be human. We would be the creator. I don't always like to use the word God because I know that can be triggering for some people, since it's been used to suppress so many people. So I like to think of it as more our creator. And don't try to be more than human, because that's only gonna make you hide away from people. It's only gonna inhibit you from completing your goals. All right, we have the Two of Swords, and this came up in your resources. The basis for the reason you feel this way is you're trying to guard yourself. You're trying to hide the fact that you are flawed, and maybe even trying to hide some emotions. And when we do that, it actually makes us less stable than if we were to just actually express ourselves and express our emotions. It's kind of like like holding in your anger for so long that it basically explodes, and then it just makes the whole situation worse. Or, you know, holding in your sadness to the point that you're just like crying in the grocery store. You know, we think it makes us stronger, but it actually makes us easy to, you see she has a blindfold, but she thinks she's strong. She's holding these two swords close to her chest, blocking the heart. But yet she has a blindfold on, and someone could easily come up on her and catch her off guard. Okay, let's see. Above you, we had the Ten of Swords in reverse. So with this card being reversed, they usually say it's a good sign because it's kind of like the swords are coming out. And there's a part of you that wants to be recognized, that is ready to come out of hiding and ready to be vulnerable and share with the world your experiences. And by sharing your experiences with other people, they're going to relate to you a lot more. And you can actually, a lot of people think like I have to hide the fact that I've been through all this shit because they're going to think that I'm like a defective person. But by being open with our experiences, you could actually help someone that's going through a similar experience. All right, in your near possible future, we had the Empress in reverse. Okay, so your need to be perfect is cutting yourself off from your creativity. I think one thing that might be really beneficial for you right now is doing some art, some abstract art. Like, don't try to, you know, paint the Mona Lisa. Like, just create something for the act of creating it, not for the act of like, I'm gonna show this on social media and get all these likes. Just create something just for yourself. Maybe paint a dream that you had. That's a lot of good inspiration for abstract ideas for paintings. And one thing that I actually do in art therapy is they'll create kind of a constrained, a little constrained regimen that helps you kind of get started and put yourself in the mindset of your right brain. So what you'll do is you'll take just 3 colors instead of having all the colors to choose from, which can be overwhelming. And you'll paint with the first color for 1 minute, and then you'll switch over to the other color for 1 minute, and then you'll switch over to the other color for 1 minute. And another thing that can be really healing in helping you overcome your fears of perfection is painting within a circle. The shape of the circle is a very healing symbol. It's used in Native American, like the medicine wheel. And Carl Jung used to do a lot of paintings in circles. If you Google it, you can look them up and see. Okay, so in your attitude, we have the Emperor in reverse. So again, it's just you're putting a lot of constraints on yourself, a lot of waiting for the right opportunity to start to create something. And you don't need to wait for the right opportunity. The time is now, okay? We don't know, like, if we're promised tomorrow. Don't you want to leave something behind to show who you were as a person and flawed in all your glory and everything? Let's see. In your environment, we had the Chariot in reversed. I keep saying in reversed. In reverse. So it could be that there's something that's it could either be a job or a relationship or the way people, you feel like people perceive you in a certain way, and you're having a hard time stepping outside of that because you feel like everyone's gonna think like, what happened to her? Is she like losing her mind? Is she going crazy? Or him? Okay, I don't know. But it's basically like you're just white knuckling. You're just trying to hold on to the reins. You're just trying to keep it together. And it's okay to just let go. People aren't as concerned about you as you think they are. A lot of people's inner dialogue is mostly focused on what's going on in their life. And I don't think that they're going to come down on you as nearly as hard as you're making yourself feel. All right, and your hopes and fears, we had the Death card in reverse. In reverse, I said it right that time. Okay. So the Death card is all about letting go of old habits, shedding the ego, like ego death. And with it being in reverse, it's showing me that you're starting to feel ready. You're starting to feel ready to embrace what's on the inside. See the skeleton? Instead of continuing to have this armor that you've built up in the world to basically fit in where you fit in. And for that final outcome, we had the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, yeah, so you're starting to formulate your own beliefs, and you're starting to question some of your beliefs. Where did all this conditioning come from? Where did the idea that I had to be perfect in order to be an inspiration to others, where did that come from? And so you're starting to, because it was in reverse, you're now looking into other beliefs and ideas, and you may be even studying like other maybe you were one type of religion and now you're starting to study spirituality more, or getting into alchemy or magic. So anything that's going to help you with your self-development and getting over these doubts. All right, Pisces, so that's your reading for mid-July, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your month. I'll see you in August. Bye.